we've got another VShojo video. Nux made another video for VShojo. Actually, this is the third VShojo video that he's made. But I spent literally all day yesterday just reading and watching videos and all this other fucking shit from either VTubers that worked for VShojo or from other people. This is one of the funniest memes that I've found. Um, I think Nux might have reposted this, but let's fight. Let's fight somewhere empty. VShojo headquarters. Fucking so fucking funny. But I also wanted to show you this. If you watched my other video about this, Mousy did a fundraiser for her thing. Over $1.2 million raised as of this morning, which is just fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. And then a few hours ago, 4 now, Justin, the CEO of VShojo, released this. VShojo has failed, and I've mismanaged the company into the situation you are all witnessing. So today I am sharing the difficult news that VShojo is shutting down, and I take full responsibility for the decisions that led up to this point. He takes full responsibility for taking all of your money. Over the past few years, we raised around $11 million that he made go poof. Just poof. It's all gone. It's all gone. Blah, blah, blah. Blah. Fucking, that's probably a lie. That's probably a lie. Staffing. Yep, events. Yeah, because, they made no money doing any of those. No, made no money from any of that. Infrastructure. Infrastructure for what? They're fucking VTubers. Additionally, I acknowledge some of the money spent by the company was raised in connection with talent activity, which I later learned was intended At the time, we are working hard to raise additional investment capital to cover our costs, and I firmly believed, based on the information available to us, that we would be able to do so. So basically, you were trying to cover your own ass. Got it. Got it. We were unsuccessful, obviously. And I own the consequences. Bro, you're gonna own the jail time, too. Gonna go to jail. And yes, he is very Shover. Very VShover. Alright. That was all of my little add-on stuff, because I'm not sure how much of this Nux is going to cover, because I know his video came from yesterday. I don't know if he was able to add any of this stuff into it before he popped it up on YouTube. But we are going to get into it right now. The title is VShojo Disbanded. They're 100% legally fucked. It literally just dropped 33 minutes ago. I'm gonna wait to actually put this up on YouTube, so probably tomorrow, just to give him some extra time to percolate, and because I don't want him to get mad at me in any way, because I do have permission from him to watch these, but I'd rather Nux be happy with me.
1,338 days ago, I was backstabbed by
39.
my friends in the VShojo agency, thanks to the VShojo management being absolute Zoomer wafflins. And it turns out, I was completely vindicated. Look, I'm not trying to flex here or anything, but it turns out I called it. I literally called it 3.5 years ago. Literally called it. Was completely correct. And yes, they are in fact an immoral dickbag of a company. It turns out they are VShojover, actually. And not only that, but all of the current talent of VShojo came after me again today. Today. Every single person in VShojo decided to come out and cancel me again today, which is fucking insane that this is happening. I don't know if any of you saw this. Every single member in VShojo has once again decided to cancel me. Which is fine, because there are no more members in VShojo. It turns out that's totally okay. No need to worry, guys, because it turns out there are no members in VShojo.
That
so
is his post.
Justified,
he
baby.
made that one.
It's the Nuxanor way. Do nothing, win. My chat flipped the fuck out. I trolled the shit out of them. Anyway, it turns out Listen, can you tell that I am a little bit petty here? I have outlived my enemies successfully, and realistically, this is a glorious day. The entire company is absolutely imploded, and I have come to notice that most of the people that come to cancel me end up getting absolutely...
You fucking got me too, bro, by the way. Just in case you were wondering. You fucking got me too.
butt fucked for it. It's something I've noticed over the last couple of years. So today we're going to be talking about the legal trouble that they're in. They are going to be filing for bankruptcy. The CEO might be going to jail.
Oh, he's definitely going to jail.
The government does not take charity scams easily, it seems. And in other crazy news, a
In my
lot more
opinion.
unbelievably insane shit has come out about VShojo. I don't think you're aware of how many people they haven't paid, how many people actually knew some things, how much doxing actually happened. I don't think you are aware. I don't think you are aware of how bad it actually is.
He's bringing the receipts.
And in my opinion, the fact that VShojo has always been an immoral fucking company has once again shown that I am completely vindicated. Pettiness is warranted when they literally tried to kill me. So anyway, breaking news, every single member in VShojo has removed VShojo from their name. Basically, every single member in VShojo has also announced that they are quitting VShojo. I talked to Keisan. I talked to Keisan. I was like, oh, Keisan, don't mean to say I told you so, but I kind of told you so. And Keisan's response was, yes, you did. Fuck VShojo. Again, I'm not happy that people suffered. I am happy that I am still alive.
I did watch the Henya one, and then I don't know the name of the other one, but there's the girl with the she almost looks like she's got like purple Eeyore ears. I don't remember what her VTuber name is, but I watched her video as well. Fucking significant amounts of money to all of them, and they're probably never gonna see it because of this bankruptcy, which just fucking sucks. Like all that hard work they put in.
I want this to be very clear. So yeah, it turns out every single member in VShojo.
Like, don't get me wrong, as a person that until recently has worked every day for fucking 20 years of a real job. Like, this is definitely easier than a real job, but it's by no stretch of the imagination easy. Not only is it fucking nerve-wracking just being on camera because you don't know who the fuck's watching, and it's probably a lot worse for people that aren't 6'4" and 285 pounds. Like, I don't have a whole lot of people I need to worry about coming up here and physically assaulting me. But there's a lot of small people that do, and that's why they end up being VTubers. So having all these people that are already in a they're easily taken advantage of, and they definitely were. It's just gross.
Has left, and it's over. It's over. They're fucking gone. They're like actually fucking.
Maybe it was
cooked now.
Michi?
Welcome home,
Michi?
VShojo. Welcome home. I was
girl with
actually
the
thinking of
Eeyores?
messaging this to the CEO because I have contact with all of them from when they canceled me. You don't understand what actually happened. I have all their contacts. Like I was thinking of just dropping this meme in his fucking inbox and seeing what happens. And put the fries in the bag, CEO. So I decided to point out a couple of interesting, slightly fishy things in regards to VShojo.
Yeah, I saw this yesterday.
Is the Tokyo subway. This is a gigantic fucking billboard saying talent freedom on it all over the subway. This costs an estimated $1 million of advertising to keep posters up over the entire subway for a week plus.
$1 million. That's only the charity and, I don't know, 2 to 3 of their talents paid in full. And they spent it on this. Don't get me wrong, it's cool, but do you need it on every single one? Look, because the one behind it and the one to the side, like, they're all the same fucking thing. Do they need to be on every single fucking one? It's just a waste.
But they can't pay their talents suspiciously
Yeah,
enough.
no, that's fucking
Pretty
retarded.
weird, huh? pretty weird. Instead of paying talents, how about we pay people to trick them into thinking we're paying talents? Oh my god,
Gross
diabolical!
mustache.
A truly fantastic strategy. No one has ever seen this one coming. I decided to retweet a certain gun run tweet from November 2023, which suspiciously was around the time that other things were going on, saying, we're 3 years into VShojo as of today. I'm so incredibly proud of and thankful for the talent and staff. Not thankful enough to pay them, apparently. But, you know, thankful. So that's important. That's important. I agree. Growing up is realizing that these two VTubers are massively overhated. Not only overhated, but also correct. Growing up is realizing that these two VTubers are always right. So I, of course, said, I don't know about that blue Hitler on the left. He's like, I didn't expect you to be here.
You're not always right, Nux. Calm down. You're right most of the time, but you're not always right, and you know it. Calm down.
So I said, you did not see this coming. Not my best work. Anyway, moving on.
That's
Neanners,
good.
I was thinking of just reacting to all the VTubers' streams about what's happened, but I felt like this is a better way to do it, to aggregate it for now, and then we'll look into it on a more specific later in a future video. So definitely subscribe. Let's up those numbers.
Definitely up those numbers.
Neanners says that VShojo didn't pay her for a sponsored stream when she got swatted. She left the agency in 2023 and claims VShojo had failed to pay her for multiple deals over several years. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I actually knew about this. I actually knew about this years ago because that stream that she got swatted, the person that swatted her was the person that tried to swat me that I helped VShojo actually get arrested. Okay? I don't think you are aware of this. I don't think you again, personal Nux information. The reason why a lot of the VShojo girls were so upset about my video calling attention to this swatter is because I think a lot of misinformation was fed to them by the VShojo company, but also because that swatter actually swatted Neanners. I never said this publicly because I felt like it wasn't actually appropriate. And, you know, I said not my information to deliver or release. I never do that. As you know, I don't actually release private information, generally speaking, unless I think it's actually important. But this is actually a thing. And Neanners actually called me after the drama to basically tell me and express her headspace about the entire situation and why she was so, like, easy to be triggered by everything, because she was actually swatted, and it's fucking horrible. It really is. So she, whatever. I don't want to get into details. As you know, private information remains private. I don't release anything publicly. But that was what happened, it turned out. It was that same swatter that actually went after me. So yes, I do know about this, and I do know that she had to continue her stream after she was swatted because it was a sponsored stream. The update is that she didn't even get paid for that, it turns out. This is fucking horrible, by the way. This is like abysmally bad.
That's some diabolical bullshit.
Insane that VShojo would be this callous and diabolical.
So
this
that
is
is
Henya.
very diabolical.
This is another talent at VShojo, and this is what she had to say.
I'm gonna freak out. So yay, good job, Henya, like a genius. Okay, so I have made
Henya the
decision
genius
that I'm leaving VShojo, and unfortunately, VShojo owes me significant amount of unpaid debt.
All of them have this problem. All of them. How insane is?
Yeah, apparently, I'm not sure if it's all of them, but it sounds like all of them like have not been paid since like last December not December, September. Fucking, it's July. It's like 10 fucking months. And these guys rack in fucking how much fucking money? Like 10 fucking months.
This
That I haven't been paid in a long time.
Yeah, so apparently she hasn't been paid in a long time. Kason hasn't been paid in a long time. Iron Mouse is missing funds. Neanners wasn't paid for sponsored streams. They're fucked. The company's gone. It's over. Like, it is over. I have officially outlived another
100.
enemy. All right? Put the
Completely
fries
toast.
in the bag, bro. Get the fuck out of my space. Now, I also told Hen
He can't get a job at McDonald's. He can't pass a criminal background check anymore.
not to join. VShojo before she
Well,
joined.
he won't when
she
when
was
he's done
another
with this.
streamer before this in a different organization. And I told her, listen, you don't know. Listen, they say they're talent freedom, man, but you can do it on your own. I told her. Nux is always right jar gets a little bit fuller every single day. Crazy how that happens. Anyway, diabolical how that works. Another insane update. An alleged $2 million buyout offer on VShojo was allegedly rejected due to the operation being deeply unprofitable. This offer came through on June 21st, so it's recent. OP claims his friends was the largest investor in VShojo. Investors reportedly lost $10 million chasing growth, trying to make the VTubers big with no real revenue. This is why, in my experience, never fucking get a manager in this space. Never do it. Never do it unless they are doing something insane for you, because they don't actually know how to make YouTube videos grow. They don't know how to actually succeed in this space. I will give you an analogy from myself. This is something I tell, by the way, every single VTuber, and I have been in calls with VTubers where they added their manager to the call because they felt too awkward to fire their own manager, so they got me to fire their manager for them. Okay? You don't understand the actual parasitic relationship of the managers that essentially do nothing in this space. You don't understand how bad it is. Because they don't know how to make you actually grow. They don't know how you actually succeed in this fucking industry. They don't know how to make YouTube videos successful. They just are managers, and they hire editors, and they pay for art, and they waste all their money. The company reportedly lost millions every year until it went into debt, which is insane because allegedly they've been taking 60% of the revenue from the streamers. They now can't even pay that debt, which is why staff and partners allegedly didn't get paid. Raises questions about where the large sums like the $500,000 to Iron Mouse went. Personal information. I don't want to tell you where I got this from. Let's just say I got this information from a CEO in the entertainment industry. He told me that VShojo was known for blowing money on coke and hookers. I don't know if it's true. This is just word of mouth. I don't know if that's true. Not the talent, but some of the staff. Again,
that is
huge
awesome.
asterisk. This is what I was told, and I don't want to reveal who it was that told it to me. Not that any of you probably know who it is, but I'm just saying, a lot of money disappeared. Okay? And they had very extravagant parties. So anyway, K9 Kuro, who was another member of VShojo, confirms that VShojo only paid him last month for merch from his debut 2 years ago. Last month, they paid him for merch that he sold 2 years ago. So this is like an undeniable shit show. Now, the craziest update, Iron Mouse actually did raise money for the Immune Deficiency Foundation, almost $1 million.
Oh. Why does it have to be fucking Ludwig? This little motherfucker, he said VShojo was a terrorist organization. This little fucking twat. How many times do we gotta fucking tell Ludwig to go fucking shut the fuck up in the corner? Somebody big needs to fucking tell him to shut the fuck up. Like, somebody big. Like, maybe Hassan could put his fucking dick in his mouth again. Maybe that'll shut up Ludwig. Fucking calling people terrorist organizations. Look at your friends. Fucking horrible piece of shit.
At this point has been raised, so this is definitely an unbelievable good fucking thing. This is a great thing that was done coming out of a horrible situation.
As of this morning.
I have to say, we upped those numbers. What a beautiful day! What a beautiful day. We upped those numbers. And more importantly,
it is also still open. I believe you can still go donate if you are willing and able.
Speaking of us upping those numbers in regards to the actual charity, let's not forget that we should up those numbers as well and subscribe and leave a like on this video. All right, let's up those numbers.
Yes, definitely go watch this video. Leave them a like.
Anyway, in other crazy news, where's that? I pulled up a lot of crazy shit. In other crazy news, VShojo was seen as the one agency doing it right. They had top-tier talent and allowed them to own their IP even after departure. It's funny because I remember someone who had a problem with VShojo. Like an ethical problem. Yeah. The IDF, yeah, the Immunodeficiency Foundation. I remember seeing that same talent singing VShojo's praises on more than one occasion too. And to see it crashing down, tragic. I feel so sorry for every VTuber involved. They got backstabbed by an agency they trusted. And regardless of their size and how big they think they are, going independent again with less than 24 hours to think about it isn't easy. Please show them as much support as you possibly can. It makes a big difference during this time. Well, I'll tell you, I personally do know somebody that saw this coming, in my opinion. I do think I am actually aware of somebody that had an issue with VShojo a while ago, something of a moral quandary.
Feel vindicated,
crazy how no
Lord?
one saw this coming. Smuggleana says, do you feel vindicated? And I respond with Psalm 37:7. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret when people succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. And that's exactly what I did. And you know what happened?
Vindication!
100%. 100%. The Nux Doctrine, do nothing,
Win.
It's literally as easy as that. So this guy, Doron's World, he's a YouTuber with like 1 million subscribers. He released a video titled, Do Nothing, Win. All right. Let's see what we got.
So with the ongoing destructions of VShojo, everyone is asking the same questions. What happened with Nux's VShojo drama? And why is this downfall his greatest vindication? Now in 2021, there was a bad actor conducting phishing scams using VShojo's likeness to dox VTubers.
True.
They got to Nux. Rather than doing nothing, he chose to act to stop this bad actor. He contacted VShojo, of which they were aware of the situation, but
think about that for a second. They knew that there was a doxer using their name to dox and swat VTubers, and they did nothing about it. I want to make this clear. They knew someone was using their name to dox and swat VTubers, and they did not say a word to protect their brand. They put people in danger, in real life danger.
Yep.
I'm really glad that we got to clear this one up, because there are people fucking defending them for this. It's indefensible.
Really?
All right? Stealing money
I
and
have
defrauding charity and shit. That's all bad.
I want to be as honest as possible. I spent all day yesterday and most of today like scouring. I have not found anybody fucking defending them. Like, wow, I'm not sure how he found people defending them. He might have.
Bad. You know what else is bad? Knowing someone is using your fucking name to swat and dox people, which could kill people, by the way. I'll have you know. People have been killed in swattings. All right? People have died. Now, you have to realize how fucking insane this is. Unreal. Unreal. They are immoral douchebags, and they should not be forgiven immediately for anything.
never put out a public statement addressing the doxing, and so
so they never mentioned it publicly.
He directly coordinated with law enforcement and VShojo CEO to bring down this guy. Once the situation was resolved, he made a video about it to express awareness. But because the situation made VShojo look horrible, they misled and lied to their talent about the investigation.
So to be clear, this is just a conspiracy. All right, we don't have evidence that they directly lied to their talent, but I think they did.
They collectively criticized and canceled Nux for potentially endangering their safety, and VShojo deleted any involvement with Nux, despite even thanking him.
Yeah, VShojo originally thanked me for this, and right after they thanked me for it, they decided instead to cancel me for it. It was pretty crazy how that happens. Nothing against the talents. Well, I wouldn't say that either. Definitely the talents made a big mistake, for sure. Well, am I not allowed to hold people accountable when they fuck up? No, they fucked up. No, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? First of all, some of the talents knew. All right? At least one of the talents knew everything. All right? But then again, this is old school, and personally,
it's very old.
Most of the 3/4 of the talents apologized to me. I accept their apologies. I've moved on. I don't actually hold a grudge about any of this shit. I really don't. I'm a petty motherfucker, but I'm not really a big grudge guy personally. In my opinion, this is just my personal thing. So this is just a glory.
Yeah, Blue Voldemort is definitely a petty motherfucker, but vindictive is not his style.
Vindication moment for me personally. I fucking hate this company. I do have to say I don't hate this company. I mean I don't hate the people, but I do hate the company. Because they directly put people in danger in order to protect their reputation. And then when the reputation came under fire, they decided to try to completely destroy me. Destroy me. Anyway, It turns out Legal Mindset, official YouTube lawyer guy extraordinaire, he made 2 videos talking about the facts of this current case, the lawsuits that are happening right now, the bankruptcy that is inevitable, and I wanted to see exactly how legally fucked they are. All right, baby. Let's up those numbers.
The revelations by Iron Mouse and many other of the talents at VShojo may very well end that VTubing company. Of course, I'm Andrew Esquire, American attorney, and this is Legal Mindset. We teach you to be your own judge.
All right. I find myself innocent.
Is an insane saga that really, it even peaks perhaps what is going down and what went down last year with Doki Bird and with Niji Sanji, insofar as this is looking like it will end this VTubing company, VShojo, completely, and because we're seeing a massive pool of talent that is looking to exodus from.
And as we already know from Justin Gunrun,
that company.
Oh, yeah.
Just understand this.
They're
is
all gone.
Pre-recorded video, but I recorded this after listening to Case on stream, where she was interviewing with the Japanese quote-unquote branch. We'll talk about that CEO. So we're going to go through all the facts today and really stick.
Oh, CEO responded too. Cool.
The legal analysis. If you want to see the full version where I'm playing more video, I play all of Iron Mouse's video and I play some other stuff as well. You check out my live version, but this is the abbreviated version for those that want to get just down to the facts. And of course, I've got a PowerPoint. So with this case, obviously it all started with the mouse. And there are 2 clear things that
I would argue it started with an empire of crime.
She dropped in her message that are legally relevant.
Yeah. All right.
First is that she has not been paid wages. So she's back wages. She's not been paid.
Yeah, you don't understand. This isn't just people being shitty, all right? Like, these people are going to jail.
For a long time. And these payments that she's owed are in delinquency. They've been owed to her for a long time. She hasn't been paid. And this is something that has been...
Again, last September.
Mirrored by other talents. We now have talents such as K-San coming out and saying, I have not been paid for a long time. In fact, I believe she said September of last year. A very, very long time without payments, which is severe, which is significant.
So, significant? Bro, you hire an employee and you don't pay them? Hey, don't worry, we'll manage your money for you. And then, the money is gone. The money is gone. The coke and hookers were too good. We decided to spend the money on OnlyFans as an investment.
So there is an extended
they invested
period of time
well, I guess,
with which people have not paid out to the talents. That's a massive problem in and of itself.
For them.
But the other great problem, and the problem that can have huge criminal liability, is the potential fraud related to the charity, related to the Immune Deficiency Foundation that Iron Mouse has always been so vocal for, because it's the cause that represents research that would help people like her and give them a brighter future and hope. And it really was something that she was so invested in. And they decided to take $500,000 and not pay that out to charity.
This is fucking insane, by the way. Like, think about how crazy this is, bro. What is VShojo's charity donations and the Jeffrey Epstein files have in common? Neither of them exist. Neither of them exist. Kind of crazy. Kind of insane. Bro.
Whatever they did with that, it was not paid to charity, and that is a massive issue. And that's an issue that can't...
That's just a joke, obviously. But I did hear it from a pretty good source.
And see people behind bars. That can have...
Yo! That's what I'm talking about! Justice time! It's justice time. Now, aside from being immoral as fuck, stealing $500,000 from charity has got to be one of the most diabolical dog shit things you could possibly do. But you're going to jail, bitches!
Criminal penalties, absolutely. Once again, these are allegations at this point, but based on the number of talents speaking up, based on the number of talents that have removed the VShojo branding, we have to, at this point, assume there is some sort of substance behind these allegations. Of course, they are going to have to fight these out. They are going to have to prove this in court or prove this through the regulatory process.
There's some substance in this allegation. Every fucking talent came out and said, yeah, we weren't paid. Not all of them, but most of them. Oh my god. I wonder if there's substance from these allegations.
Yeah,
Turns out every single talent is claiming the same thing, interestingly enough.
However, at this point, going forward and through the scope of this video, understand that I am taking the allegations as credible. for whatever argument you may make.
I would agree.
Yet, whatever. I
yeah.
understand you, but we're going to take them as credible for the purpose of this analysis.
All right.
So let's continue here. So we had obviously Iron Mouse speak up, and then we had K-San get on with the JPCEO. Now, this was very enlightening and actually gives us more of the business side of what is going on at VShojo. It's very clear from this that VShojo is in financial hot water, that they were not profitable.
Yep.
And whatever the distinction was between JP...
Insane that they weren't profitable by...
Yeah, like, it really is insane because if you watch Nux's second video, which was in between the video that I reacted to and this one, where he was actually doing his video while K-San was on with him, and they were talking, and he was speaking in Japanese, so I think it was like Nux's editor was doing like the finding out the translations and shit. But apparently the Japan branch was doing great, but like all the money supposedly like funneled through the America branch first and then out to the Japan branch, so it had to go to America first, and that's where they were hemorrhaging money like a fucking motherfucker. So like the money never made it back to Japan, even though Japan's been fucking making money like a motherfucker. So yeah, it surely sounds like embezzlement. It surely sounds like embezzlement.
By the way, because they literally had no expenses. Like, from my perspective, they basically had like no expenses. Like, you have to realize how insane that is. Like, these are people that rolled into the company
Marketing
with their own VTuber models. Like, what did the company even do?
Marketing
and US. It's very important to note that there was no official legal distinction. That is an internal distinction, the same as a department, for example, saying HR or whatever else, right? Or janitorial staff. It's an internal distinction. It still fell under the control and is the legal responsibility of the headquarters in San Francisco.
That's why all the money funneled through America.
Okay, so from my perspective, the Japanese branch of VShojo is essentially, for lack of a better term, management only. All right?
Yeah, that's what I heard as well. So that would explain why the money always funneled through America first, because it's not an actual division. It's just, it's still just, they're just employees of the actual company. And this is just a for show title. This title means jack shit. He's not an actual CEO. He's just an employee. It's just the JP CEO is his fucking job title. Nothing more.
Right? It's not finances. It's not big decision making. It's purely management. Again, I think the whole idea of getting managers is largely a scam. Because what the fuck do you need managers for? But to wake you up in the morning and make sure you brush your teeth before going live? Like, yeah, essentially, basically. Managers are babysitters, all right? Now, a lot of people need it, but if they're not actually doing anything, something to cut out, baby. Middlemen are fucking scam artists.
As much as that might be a certain amount of talents that was managed by this quote-unquote CEO, was not distinguished financially. So those funds that were coming in were being slushed together. So whatever profit JP was making was not offsetting clearly the losses they were taking on the U.S. side or with their other talents. So as a whole, it seems they were in financial dire straits. Now, one big thing that was brought up during this was that the staff was paid and not the talent. There is a very important reason for that, which we're going to get into, which is all of the talents are designated, and this is for almost all VTubing companies. I have not seen one contract.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that they are designated as, what's it called? Independent contractors.
1099s.
All of them, including the VShojo contract.
W2.
DG Sanji, HoloLive, Vactor, all the greatest hits from big to small, Phase Connect. I've seen all of them. I haven't seen a single contract that has said these people are employees. We consider them employees.
True. They're not employees. They're independent contractors. They're not paid salaries. They are not paid anything like that. They are paid a cut, essentially.
They all try to make them independent contractors.
Yeah.
That's very important, because when it comes to fighting wages and paying wages,
Wow, you have to pay employees before contractors, so they pay all the staff for all their bullshit before the money even gets to the talent, even though it's the talent that's making the money. The whole finances of the entire agency is coming through the talent, and it never gets to them. Oh, Lord.
You have to pay employees under labor law, whether it's U.S. law, Japanese law, really all around the world. When it comes to independent contractors, well, you can shaft them, and then they've got to come and sue you or bring an action against you or claim you to try to get those back. It puts a massive burden on them to claim those amounts of money. Now, I have, since the Niji Sanji crisis, been screaming from the top of the hills that this is BS. And I'll put some money in the swear jar for that one.
Oh, shit.
These people are employees. Whether you consider them full-time or part-time employees, they are under the control and authority of these VTubing companies. Now, I understand that there was a lot more anonymity at VShojo than other companies, but you might consider them in that case more like a part-time employee than a full-time employee that's completely controlled by the company.
All right.
And in that case, they would still be owed wages under a normal analysis. And mind you,
bro, they're owed wages because that's the money they're making. All right. Okay. Obviously, he's a lawyer. All right. Morally, these people need to get fucking blasted. All right. They need to get obliterated.
Yeah.
This is insanity.
Just because a contract says that you are an independent contractor does not mean that a particular state or country might not look at the situation, might not look at all the factors and say, under our law, we're going to consider them an employee. It's very important. And I do think in the VTubing industry going forward, this is a massive lesson that all VTubing talent should be considered employees. They should push for being employees. They should say, no, I'm an employee if I'm going to work for your company because you need to pay me. You need to be liable if you do not pay me. And I don't think the Japanese CEO, listening to him, is the villain here. He's clearly not at the top of the rung. He's not the CEO or CFO or COO or CTO.
Just an employee.
He's at a lower rung of responsibility. He
Way
certainly
lower.
Cannot make shots for the entire company. That was not his responsibility.
If you heard literally any of that exchange with Kei-san and him, dude is a fucking cuck and a half. Like, I could barely understood a fucking word the motherfucker was saying the whole goddamn time. Like, he never fucking, and it was in Japanese too, but like, motherfucker, like, speak, fucking project a little bit, grow some testicles. No, he's a fucking little cuck. He's nothing but a fucking employee. He can't bear any responsibility except seeing that their branch was doing fucking phenomenal, and he has no idea where the fuck their money went. That's literally all he knows, because that's what he said. He knows they had the money because they were doing great. And then it went over to the real company because that's who has control of everything, and it fucking went poof.
This is a very oddly triangular system that they have running here. Pretty interesting.
And certainly, by the way, none of the talents are liable for this. This is something where they are
obviously they're the contractors.
Victim.
They're the victims. They're the
100% victim.
Absolutely, the talent are the victims. Oh my god.
Completely scammed.
Victims, and they do deserve your support.
Oh, by the way, and this is important to note in regards to VShojo, because this didn't come out yet, and I'm a little frustrated that this didn't come out yet, to be honest. I'm kind of waiting. I'm kind of waiting for the next scandal for VShojo, because they had auditions open to become members of VShojo for a very long time, and they never accepted anyone. I'm waiting for people to put the dots together so that they could make it public, please. All right, put the dots together, guys. Put the dots together. All right, I think.
I don't want to be accusatory or anything, but it sounds like they were fishing for data. Why would a VTubing agency be fishing for data? Pretty weird.
I think it's time. Also, there are a lot of open slots in VShojo right now, so if you want me to join, hit me up.
Your appreciation. And I will say this about all of them: Iron Mouse, Kei-san, Henya, everybody, Mitsubishi, everybody. They do deserve your support and love in this time, and also your understanding that they can't say the things that I can say because they're under a level of.
Now, I definitely do not have time for 17 VTubers in my life. I did, however, go subscribe to Iron Mouse. If you if anyone has even fucking an extra 5 minutes in their fucking day, go find one of them, give them a subscribe. Fucking, you don't gotta watch much. They all have their own little clip people. Um, fuck, Nux has a clip person, and he doesn't like people. Like, shit, even since I fucking subscribed to Mousy on YouTube, fucking I've got like 4 or 5 different fucking mouse watchers that are posting up clips like every fucking day. Like, nah, like, just go find yourself one that's cool. There's a new shark one that looks like she might be kind of cool. I think she's debuting tomorrow or tonight. I can't remember, but she looked kind of cool.
Scrutiny.
They're also under NDAs, probably. They're all probably under NDAs in regards to the actual contract. Now, I know you...
Until today, I was seeing those tweets coming out on X2. Oh, my NDA is gone. So yeah, those stories are gonna start popping out probably tonight, tomorrow, over the weekend. Oh, those are gonna be some fun stories. There's gonna be a lot of cool, fun VShojos. Well, I don't want to say cool because it's gonna, like, a lot of it's gonna end up being fucking pretty tragic. Like, it'll probably be pretty gross and disgusting. But we're gonna get some laughs out of it, fucking. Because if you don't laugh, you're just gonna cry. So we might as well get some laughs out of it.
could argue if they're scamming them that they should be able to break their NDA, but they have to be proved that they're being scammed in court, right? And also, you don't want to end up in some fucking legal battle against
10 months of no payment. You've been scammed.
And giant companies. So, I don't know. Assume that everything that they're actually telling you is, just stuff that they could say.
Now, I do hope with some right legal maneuvers, they can finally speak up. And we're going to talk about that today and the way they may be able to speak up. But right now, understand and be patient with them. They need to work with their lawyers in their jurisdiction, or in perhaps California, which is a jurisdiction for VShojo, where I think is very ripe to bring suits and claims, etc.
Yep.
They need to work with their own lawyers to get this done. So be patient with them to get to that point where they will be able to speak. I do believe that time is going to come sooner than later. Sooner than later.
All right.
So let's continue with this.
All right.
The best quote I think from this is "talent first, my
True.
ass." That was probably the best K-Song quote out there, period. And I love K-Song. I'm definitely a fan. So one important thing here is that VShojo is an American company.
Another thing that I want to mention, because I think it is important, Justin Ignacio is the CEO of VShojo. Do you know what he did before he worked at VShojo? Because VShojo was founded in 2020. From 2011 to 2018, right? I actually know a lot about all these people, it turns out. He was one of the founding members and employees at Twitch.tv. You know the platform full of tits and terrorists right now?
Yeah.
So it turns out he was one of the very pivotal people in that company. I am waiting for the skeletons to walk out of that
Probably
closet.
where he learned all of his business
Now
acumen.
we've covered Niji Sanji, we've covered Cobra Corporation, big Japanese corporations. And one issue with those corporations is they're Japanese. And if the talent is American or Canadian or really non-Japanese at all, it's really, really difficult to come at those companies. This is not the problem for VShojo. VShojo is an American company, and they're an American headquartered in one of the states with the most strong consumer protections out there, or strong worker protections, employee protections that are very, very broad out there in all the United States. So this is a massive difference. And especially since many of the talents, particularly Iron Mouse, being a American citizen, right? Puerto Rico, still a citizen of the United States, and still able to bring claims, fully able to bring claims in California court.
Oh, God, they're so cooked, bro. They're so cooked. They don't even have, like, this weird language barrier. They don't have, like, this other countries shit. Oh, my God. They're just going to get absolutely stoked over the coals.
Yep.
And I am here for it.
Roasted.
This is something where it is ripe for conflict, right? For either a lawsuit, criminal filings, regulatory filings, because they're in America. And
there will definitely be criminal filings.
America, God fucking damn it. Let's go, America.
They are sunk.
This is what they say, reap what you sow. This is what they say, fuck around, find out. This is what you say, vindication.
I don't know if he's going to get into it in this one, but I know I watched something somewhere where defrauding a charity is like and all the different like charges that could be associated with that, like dude's looking at serious time.
This is why I say this is not an Niji Sanji situation. This is not this is not a Hololive situation, whatever else. And in those situations with Niji Sanji, I told everybody, hey, when Doki Bird went down, this is not going to be the end of Niji Sanji by any stretch.
True.
Same thing when there's bumps in the road with Hololive. Right, when Gura leaves, it's not going to be the end of Hololive.
I think a lot of people don't realize that VShow was inevitably going to die. Not only because they came after me and that, you know, I have karma and God on my side, but another important factor is the fact that by the fact that VShojo is not keeping the IP of the talent, it means the talent could leave whenever. No one wants a company breathing down your throat and taking your fucking money. All right?
No.
VShojo was inevitably going to die. All right, that was an inevitability. Even if they would pay their wages, people would leave. Because why the hell should you be part of a company that's just taking a cut of your wages and giving you virtually nothing in return? I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I am just saying.
However, this will be the end of VShojo. This is
it's over. It's over. For those people that are still curious on how they can salvage their reputation, let me make it clear to you. They cannot salvage their reputation. They're gone. It is over. The company is dead. They will be remembered as a company that was a complete,
again, straight from Justin's mouth. We already read that.
An utter failure. And I called it literally from the very fucking
beginning.
Very much going to tank them because of this and because of their financial situation.
Yeah.
And mind you, I will point out one of the
no money, no bitches. Unless they pay for them with their money that they don't have.
Hookers and blow. Hookers and blow.
In 2020. And what was happening in 2020, and I say this as a corporate attorney who was previously working in a law firm related to issuing bonds that were used by governments and corporations, and then working in-house and seeing a lot of borrowing and corporate debt. During that period of time, corporations were borrowing at insanely low rates. They were drunk on debt and drunk on almost free money that was under the cost of inflation. So hell, why not? Let's just borrow as much as possible. So I have no doubt that they were highly leveraged going into this, and they were highly hyped up coming off of the kind of everybody's on the internet during COVID era and thinking that was going to continue forever. And their financial projection.
It's not even that they were hoping that would continue forever. It's that they essentially had no purpose. They were a purposeless company. I don't think. Okay, so listen, I probably I know what it's like to make money in the industry. And I know what it's like when someone decides they want to take a cut of that money for no reason. People are not exactly super happy with this. Another thing that's really important to remember that a lot of people don't remember is that some of the founders of VShojo were some of the talents in VShojo. I am pretty sure that 3 of the talents in VShojo were actually part owners too. Like they raised 25. I don't know if this is public. I'm pretty sure. From what I've heard through the grapevine, they raised $25 million. Not the 10 that's being estimated by most people. I heard that they raised around 25 million. It's insane that they ran out. It's fucking completely insane. Again, apparently they had a lot of pretty crazy parties that they kept throwing, and drugs might have been at those parties.
Might have,
according to my source, which could be completely
You don't
wrong.
lose
but
$10 million.
How do you lose that much money?
Let alone
how
25.
Do you do that? What do you spend it on? Bullshit advertisement in fucking subways in Japan? Like, what are you trying to do?
Well, that was $1 million.
I can tell you what they were trying to do. If you actually want my actual, like, let's just say more than an opinion. VShojo. Okay, whatever. I'll save this for a future video. I'll save it for a future video.
Oh, come on!
You don't understand how bad VShojo is. It's so much worse than you even think right now. But we're covering the legal side of it.
We're perhaps unrealistic given the fact that that was a temporary period of time that was over, and there was definitely bumps in the VTuber market as a whole as people no longer had to be online all the time. And so, yes, the VTuber market did not grow as it was projected to grow based on 2020 numbers or based on 2019 numbers, etc.
Yeah, that's not why.
So
I don't think that's why.
I think this number of the founding is actually relevant, and the fact that they are a relatively new company and they're private. So once again, we don't have a lot of the disclosures that we required of a public company. But
again, I don't think he's mistaken because of any bad analysis. I just think he doesn't know certain pertinent strategies that were being used by VShojo. Which I think I'll cover that in my next video, I guess.
Let's talk about the
I
contract.
wanted to cover the law specifically.
I'll be waiting.
So I have seen a VShojo contract. Now, in full disclosure, it was based on a previous contract. It is not anyone active. So it's an older contract. So they may have changed things in the contract. So I'm basing it on what I said. However, I don't think they've changed certain things. Number one, they do have certain NDA and confidentiality provisions.
Of course.
Based on that. I don't think they would have deleted that. I don't think they would have removed that. Those are in the contract.
Every company has NDAs. And honestly, understandably so. You don't want one of your talents going fucking rogue and deciding to just start going absolutely crazy and releasing private information. Right?
Yeah,
I think that does kind of make sense.
The other most important thing is it does frame them as independent contractors.
Of course it does.
As non-employees.
Yeah.
So that is a super important factor that they are not called employees, because
and that's why they're not paying them. Oh my God, it's so gross.
When you are an employee, you get the protection of labor laws, you get the protection of regulation. All of those things don't necessarily apply to independent contractors. Now, different states handle this differently, different countries handle this differently. If anywhere in the United States is going to handle this differently, it's probably California, which is going to look at that and say, oh, no, these were really employees. These really weren't independent contractors. So I think that doesn't exclude
California,
it,
they're probably going to
be
be
the intent here, because
harder.
the intent was always to shaft them out of payment, was always to not pay them. So let's continue here. So labor law, we're going to talk about this real quick. So this is about the claims for unpaid wages. And once again, a very important factor here is California, particularly if you're going to file it, VShojo is headquartered. They don't have any restrictions as to residency status or et cetera.
Yeah, California is retard central.
Yeah.
So they're very close.
Oh, yeah.
There. Even the people that are...
It's probably the most anti-corporation state in the country.
Which is funny, because all the major headquarters are there.
Fucking cooked.
Or part of the corporation that are non-American might have a to file claims in California in some way, shape, or fashion. Once again,
vindication.
Oh my God, it's not even fair, bro. It's not even fair. Oh Lord, oh Raymond, oh Raymond.
I do believe all the girls that I've heard of, as particularly Iron Mouse, have competent lawyers, and they should listen to their lawyers. Obviously, listen to their lawyers over anything I say. This is more education for the public and education for people in general. But I do believe there's a possibility for them to make claims in California, and that would be huge for them. That would open the door to so much. So even if you have a contract, that's not going to prevent you from claiming, hey, you need to pay me these wages, right? Or reporting criminal activity. So reporting, hey, they didn't give this money to and we saw
guys,
will be witnesses against them.
Please live stream the trial.
Please.
Live stream the trial. I want to see that man shitting in his fucking pants on the stand, bro.
We'll go to the federal or state criminal cases for these people. They can still testify to that. There's nothing stopping them. The NDA.
Just a reminder that the last communication I had with VShojo staff was I feel like I should mention this in all my videos because of how fucked up it is. The last message I got from VShojo during my drama with them, like the official staff, not like a talent, was "You're in danger," and then they ghosted me. Just want to make that clear. Just felt like it would be important. It's important to mention that. All right? They're fucking retarded. I hate the fucking company, man. Oh God.
He's not going to stop them. Nothing is preventing them from reporting that crime. In fact, if they try to retaliate for that, VShojo would be punished. You cannot try to retaliate against somebody for reporting a crime. That's not okay. True. Anywhere in the U.S. and in most countries in general.
No, obviously not.
So the process for this would be to gather documentation and witnesses, which they're probably doing right now. Their lawyers, particularly Iron Mouse, is probably gathering a lot of documentation, getting witnesses together, and then you'd report it to the labor commissioner.
Bro, this is going to be a fucking diabolical lawsuit. Not a quote, "You're in danger." It was something along those lines. It was like, "You're in danger." That was the theme, yeah. It was like, not as a threat as much as, "The doxers are coming for you." That was kind of the impression that I got. Very helpful, I guess.
In this case, probably the labor commissioner of California. And after that, there's a required mediation. Now, this might be what why they're saying wait. Why Iron Mouse said in her video, hey, we need to get to a certain part of the legal process. It might be because they want to go to that mediation, see if they can get a settlement, see if VShojo can make this right. Otherwise, if that fails, there's going to be a civil lawsuit. They can bring a civil lawsuit, in which case we'd all get that information. It'd be public information.
Fireworks
We'd be able to talk about it. We'd be able to see everything that's going on. It would be a nightmare for them from VShojo if they aren't already bankrupt, which will eventually.
Oh, they have no money. They have no money. I bet you Iron Mouse raised that $500,000 for charity, and they're like, oh, thank fucking God, we can pay for more hookers. I'm sorry for pissing on their grave, okay? I'm gonna keep enjoying this.
Touch on that topic.
Well, you know it wasn't to finally pay off that one guy for his merch, because that was just last month. So yeah, it was probably more hookers and blow.
So then we got the silencing the mouse, and as well as the other talent. There are laws that prevent retaliation against employees reporting unlawful acts. You've probably heard of whistleblower protections. That's whistleblower. Iron
Bro,
Mouse.
I don't think VShojo is going to out there and get hitmen, all right? I don't think that's going to happen. However, yeah, I think they just cooked here. There's nothing that they could do.
Yeah, no,
because,
I think Mousie's pretty fine.
You have to realize how VShojo marketed itself. We're all a family. We're a family. Like, why would they even countersue? The entire fucking company left. Everyone had very similar claims. Like, there is nothing they can do.
Almost every single one said significant amount of money.
Saying there is something illegal going on here, i.e. taking money that's supposed to go to charity, whether that's embezzlement or whatever else, or a fraudulent transfer.
Sure sounds that way.
Can be reported, and there's no way you can retaliate against that. Also, there's another California law that's passed that arguably could prevent NDAs from silencing the employees in regards to reporting bad workplace behavior. So saying, hey, we're not being paid, and
911, call an ambulance, but not for me. Oh my God.
And they took this money from charity.
Yeah, no. If they actually confirmed broke the law, yeah, the NDA falls apart. At this point, do we even care that they have NDAs? Like, what else are they gonna say? Like, what are they gonna say? VShojo also beats up old ladies. Like, other than that, I will not be surprised.
The California law is pretty clear that the NDA cannot stop them from saying that. Now, there are other things.
One thing that is interesting about VShojo is it was heavily implied by a person that's very in the know that Hassan Piker, you know, the big terrorist supporter on Twitch, that he actually has something to do with VShojo. All right, like it was alleged that he actually is involved. Now, the evidence is a little slim, but the evidence I'm working on so far is Ludwig said, I believe VShojo is a terrorist organization. And that must mean Hassan Piker's a fan. That's all the evidence I have. I'm still working on more.
They could argue the NDA could stop them from talking about stuff like personal relationships or personal interactions, maybe for now. But that NDA is not going to silence them from speaking out on what is clearly illegal. Further, aside from whistleblower protections, you can't stop the reporting of crime. I cannot say that enough.
Just one more little quick Ludwig thing, because I could have sworn I saw somewhere where he donated like 10 grand to Palestine, and then Frogan gave him shit for only donating chump change. Didn't he only give 5 grand to Mousy? Fucking asshole. Well, you could only pull 5 grand out of the couch cushions there, Ludwig.
Enough. Reporting a crime.
Yeah, if you can't, if an NDA prevents you from reporting a crime, that's absolutely retarded. Bro, priests have to report crimes. Like, what are we talking about, man? Like, obviously, NDA doesn't prevent that.
Always permissible, and no NDA in the world can silence you.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
That's just the way it is. That's just the facts. So beyond that, let's get into what's going on with the criminal liability.
Justin Ignacio. All right, baby. Yeah, God, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And that could fall on the corporation, or that could fall on people like Justin, the gun run Ignacio.
So, again, don't want to release any private information here, but when I was in my beef with VShojo back in the day, I know somebody that knows the gun run in real life, and apparently the gun run told that person in a bar, they were drinking together, and he told that person that the drama of mine was really stressing him out, and some other things that I'm not going to share with you because I don't share shit.
The CEO, once again, depending on his level of culpability and the culpability of the COO.
This is the CEO of VShojo.
The CTO, the other officers of the corporation. This criminal liability could fall not just on, the corporation as a whole, but on these individuals, depending on how complicit they were in this scheme and how much knowledge they had
Oh,
of this.
they definitely
So let's get into
were
the criminal
complicit.
side, shall we?
All right,
So we've
yeah.
got, obviously,
Let's do it.
civil claims, which this is
right. Civil claims is basically anytime they didn't pay people. They didn't pay Kason allegedly, or Henya allegedly, or Neanners allegedly, or Vebe allegedly, or Iron Mouse allegedly. They're fucked. They're so fucked. They are going to be working for this for the rest of their lives. The rest of their lives will be an existence to serve the mouse. Okay, do you understand?
Regarding the $500,000 that was not given to charity, that was.
It's kind of funny because suspiciously Twitch, Twitch.tv also doesn't make money. Kind of weird how that works out, huh?
And God knows what they did with it.
It's kind of
Probably,
weird.
by the way, my best guess on what they did with this is they are leveraged. And they were used that money to pay their current expenses, and they were over leveraged.
Yep.
So they were hoping to pay them back in the future and make some miracle money and pay them back in the future and get everything right.
I don't think he's right. I don't think that they were hoping for miracle money. I will tell you exactly what I think that they were doing. Okay, in regards to how they planned on making money. All right, so let's say this is VShojo over here, right over here at the very tippy top. Right, this is VShojo, and then VShojo had, they started off small. They started off small with 3 talents. All right. Now the 3 talents definitely made money for them. Obviously, obviously it made a ton of money for them. However, they were blowing all their money on hookers. Let's say, hypothetically, of course. All right, so they were blowing their money on hookers, hypothetically.
And
now they figured, hey, wait a second, how are we going to pay these talents back if we're wasting so much money? Well, you see, it's easy. Well, we're just gonna hire more talents, all right, and they're gonna be on a worse contract than the original talents. All right, they're gonna be in a worse contract than the original talents. So just hire more talents. Now we have a way to pay back the first talents and get our hookers. But how do you pay the next group of talents? Well, there's an easy idea.
Just gotta get more.
We don't actually need to build any careers or anything. All we need to actually do, it's simple. All we need to do is hire a new group of talents. We'll just take the fucking stragglers that are kicked out of other agencies, and we'll take those talents, and those talents will manage to find a way. Oh my! Is that a pyramid? Is that a pyramid?
It looks more like a Christmas tree.
Funny enough. Now that I mention it, it kind of does look like a pyramid. So I think that's how they were planning on leveraging it. I think that they were planning all along on leveraging it exactly like this. All right? I think that they were planning on always paying the first group with the second group, and the second group with the third group, and the third group with the fourth group. I think that that was ultimately their prayer. I thought ultimately that's what they were hoping for. Didn't work out.
They didn't do that. They didn't give the money to the charity. Now that's once again, it's my speculation about what they did, but based on what Kason stream, which just happened just a couple minutes ago, I stopped watching it. It seems they're in financial trouble. And if you're in financial trouble, what are you going to do? You're going to take the money and you're going to use it to pay immediate expenses, probably staff, because they needed to pay them or they'd be hit by labor law restrictions. That's why the JP CEO got paid and Kason didn't. So that's what I think they did with that money.
Yeah.
Now, if
they paid staff,
because he isn't really a CEO. It's just a job title.
There's 3 things that can happen here: civil claims, both by the donors themselves and by
shit! I didn't think of that. The donors can also sue them for misappropriating their funds. Oh my God!
Anybody else who's a big donor or gave money, federal crimes and their state crimes. Let's talk about civil claims. So first of all, donors can file suit against VShojo. So if they donated money, you're out there, you donated money, you might want to just have a chit chat with a lawyer.
Oh my God! Anyone that ever donated to any of these streamers has actual legal repercussions that they can take out on the company. Yep. Oh my, they're so fucked. They're so fucked. One rich fucking donor is gonna be like, you know what? Fuck these guys.
And talk about what you did, how much money you gave, and what was going on with that. And then there's claims, once again, these are different types of civil claims for misrepresentation, breach of contract, fraudulent transfer. Particularly fraudulent transfer is at play here because of the large sum of money, because it's a massive amount of money. Misrepresentation because they misrepresented that money was going to go to the charity and they didn't give it there. And breach of contract because there's an implicit contract. There's a fiduciary duty there to take that money and give it to the charity, and they broke that understanding. They broke that agreement. And Iron Mouse could also likely bring a claim as well, because once again, she was part of that, she I'm sure donated to that as well herself, so she probably has status as a donor, but also just to clear herself from that.
True. As it stands right now, technically, people that donated could sue Iron Mouse. She was saying that she was raising money for a charity, but the charity never made money. Technically, because of VShojo, she actually might have, like, you know, in some people's eyes, committed a crime. The charity could sue her, maybe. They could
right
actually
now,
maybe come after her.
Technically,
for
in the eyes of the law,
the money was supposed to go there and never went there. Yeah, fuck, that's crazy. And think about it. By the way, think about it. Think about the risk that VShojo put their talent in when they do something like this. Because you know how many YouTubers get canceled for money shit, like crypto scams or charity scams or all sorts of scams. Like, if you think about it, they could have gone after Mouse. They could have gone after these people. They were not only allegedly stealing money, but they were also directly putting their talent in jeopardy. Like, in jeopardy for their career, you know, and they're under NDAs, so they're always scared to talk. Like, it's crazy to think about this, man. Holy shit.
Hey, look, this money was supposed to go there. It didn't. Let me put this claim in there to make it very clear that they're doing wrong. So I think Iron Mouse also could back up the donos in that. Let's go to federal crimes. This is a fun one. This is
that's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see.
Yep.
Charity fraud is typically investigated by the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission.
Yeah.
Now, oftentimes they're working in conjunction with the state attorney general.
Yeah.
So those working as kind of a team in order to look into all types of charity fraud and really do the investigation. Once again, we are very preliminary. We're at the allegation phase. This would all need to be investigated. We need to see proof. We need to see documents.
True.
The people who get that are the FTC and the.
In my opinion, they didn't pay the charity. In my opinion, because if you think about it, why would everyone claim this if it's just not true? In fact, you know who else says it's not true? The charity. The charity also agrees that they didn't get paid. The way I see it, they're fucked. They're fucked. They're fucked. They're getting railroaded.
Fucked.
This is like a glorious gangbang that's happening in front of our eyes.
State Attorney General. And I think the State Attorney General of
It is
California,
pretty,
which I'm sure many
rough
people are
with
going to
no
contact
lube.
after this, will be very, very interested in hearing this case. 500,000 immunodeficiency charity. I'm sorry. That is deplorable. And that's disgusting. And once again,
aside from also being gigantically gross, like disgusting, gross shit, right? Aside from that, which is true, by the way, it's also, and aside from it being illegal, they should never ever be trusted again, ever again. They should be completely blacklisted and blackballed, and you know, like it's insane.
They don't need to be blacklisted.
Think about
They're
what
going
they did to me for just a second.
Jail.
They came after me for calling out a doxer that was doxing other people, and they tried to ruin my career over that. They didn't pay $500,000 to charity and didn't pay fucking all of their talent.
Calm down, Nux. They failed. Fuck them. Yes, it was a rough time. It was fucking 4 years ago. You've moved on. You're past it. You're in a great spot. You got some really good friends. I love coming over to your stream. Fucking, you got the actual big people that come in and get in your shit. Like, nah, bro, you're good. Don't let them get you down again.
Like, what are we talking about? Like, you gotta realize the level of fucked we're dealing with here. Like, actual 1000% fucked.
I try to keep this to objective legal analysis, but the scope of this really does give me a righteous indignation with the amount of money that was taken here from a charity. So depending on the nature of the fraud, a breach of that duty to deliver that money can violate several federal laws. So it can be wire fraud. Wire fraud is one of the easiest ones to get them for. And certainly if they wanted to go down that route, and it is a case where they received the money via the internet, because wire fraud is not just old school wires and telephones, it's the internet. They got them, boys. They got them on.
Oh yeah, bro. Wire fraud's gonna be big. That's huge. That's fucking huge. There's records to everything. Oh my god.
Bye-bye.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Someone sent me this link. Hold on. Someone sent me this link. What are we talking about here? Noble. I love Noble.
In order to help somebody that was taking advantage of their auditions. And getting personal information, doxing them, putting their lives in danger.
Oh, true.
When Nux was trying to protect people.
True.
and he was doing the right thing.
All true. All correct.
And then management, once the girls learned of this video, they saw this, they didn't explain to it properly what it was about. They didn't de-escalate the situation.
Nope. Fucked up.
They just cut ties with Nux, threw him under the bus, and said, fuck you, and tried to cancel his entire career. And obviously a lot of riffs were made in the VTuber world because of that. And it made it incredibly hard for me to like collab with them again.
True.
And obviously I still collab with Nux.
True.
Like, I didn't give a fuck. I collab.
Yeah, no, true. Completely honest. Everything's correct. True. Everything's right. The man was spitting facts, straight facts. No, but it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. Fuck. Yeah, no, they really excommunicated fucking everyone. Everyone that was associated with me, they would try their best to cut off. It was disgusting. It was.
Just real quick, anyone that's still watching this video to this point, please leave me a like, think about subscribing. I am trying to get big enough so that Nux will consider collabing with me. I would fucking die to collab with this guy. Help me get bigger. I want to collab with Nux. I need to be bigger so he will do it. Come on, help me out.
Disgusting shit. Are you a noble good? Yeah, we're great. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. This company is evil. And they threw me under the bus and made a spectacle out of trying to destroy me to stop people from criticizing them, from endangering people's lives.
On that one. Money laundering, potentially making false statements about where the money would go, misrepresentations. Also the FTC Act, which involves various regulation of money regarding charities. All of those things they can be hit with, and they could get real jail time on this. This is serious jail time in real prison. This is not federal prison, down under the sun. This is all potential prison time for people at VShojo. Beyond that, there's state law. There's California Penal Code 503, 501, 515 regarding embezzlement. So assuming that they took the money and they embezzled it and they use it elsewise, that's right there. Breach of fiduciary duty.
Yikes.
Because they
bro, hear me out. All right?
Yikes. Because they
Sorry, that was an echo. Hear me out, guys. This is literally the goated timeline, all right? They get dragged into court, and they're like, hey, did you misuse funds? And they're like, what are you talking about, misuse funds? Well, you have the fiduciary duty to actually give the $500,000 to charity. Where did the $500,000 go? And then the attorney gets up. He's like, I would like to call my witness, Candy with an I, to the stand. And then Candy with an I walks onto the stage and is like, oh yeah, he spent 20 thou on me one day. For my next witness, I would like to call up Charity. Charity, would you please like to take the stand? Charity walks up to the stand. Charity, how much did they spend on you?
25.
I'm sorry. I'm enjoying this way too much.
Trustee of that money to give it over to the charity. That was their duty, fiduciary duty. Anybody who, for example, is holding money for somebody else. So if you gave money to a lawyer and that lawyer is supposed to go pay for real estate, and they don't pay for real estate, they pay for, cocaine and whatever else. That's going to be a huge, massive problem. So that would be a breach of fiduciary duty. This was a breach of fiduciary duty in the charity sense. Misleading and deceptive fundraising, I think that speaks for itself. They said the money was going to go one place.
Oh, yeah, that one's obvious. Yeah, they said money's going to charity and money didn't go to charity. It doesn't get any more easy. That's the easiest one of all time.
Reporting regulatory violations. So how do they do their taxes? How do they report this? They needed to report this to the government.
Oh, my God. This is so true. Oh, dude. They're going to get fucked by the IRS, man. Oh
yeah.
Guys,
blasted.
It's official that my VShojo controversy is now the second biggest PR disaster that this company is actually having.
Regulatory authorities saying, hey, we donated this money to charity. Did they take a tax write-off for this?
If they took a charity tax write-off and used that money on bullshit, they're going to jail. Oh, my God.
Did they write this off on their taxes? Did they make a false financial report? That's massive. And the last one, and the two things you're afraid of, even the Joker is afraid of, is the IRS.
Yep,
no shit.
And the tax law violations.
That's why he burns his money.
Is at the state and the federal level. So it's both levels. But tax law,
IRS can't take it if I ain't got it.
Because if they chose to try to take a write-off on this or to falsify their taxes, the tax man does not have to
I didn't even consider that.
Literally, the only person that was able to take down Al fucking Capone was the goddamn tax man. You think these fuckers can get away if Al fucking Capone couldn't?
Oh my God. That would literally be the icing on the fucking cake. That would be the icing on the cake.
does not F around. And that's where the people could see very, very serious.
They're fucking scarier than the FBI.
Let's talk about the other girls and a little bit about what went on with them. Obviously, a lot of them have pulled out of the branding. They've no longer branded themselves as VShojo.
Every single one of them.
So, they're going to have talks on this. Obviously, Kason had a very clear talk. I think Henya's going to talk, and some others are going to have commentary as well, which I may have follow-up videos on that. But it very much seems like these talents were, especially since Kason said she was shafted out of wages, that she didn't get paid her wages. In that case, I think they need to file claims as well. I think all of the talents need to consider, particularly in California,
need to do it together.
Every single
filing labor law claims. And once they do that, the other thing that's really going to be awesome.
And also another thing that's important, as far as hiring lawyers, they could basically all hire the same lawyer. Like
make
they
it a lot
all
easier
have very
too.
similar claims with just slightly different specifics. Like they could all hire the same lawyer. He could basically like almost copy paste the fucking lawsuit. I don't know. I really feel like they should fuck these guys.
Them is all those no retaliation clauses apply to them, so they can start speaking more. Now they need to talk to their attorneys and make sure this works for them under their situation. Their personal attorney is comfortable with this, but assuming they are, once they do that, once the claim is initiated, they will be able to say a little bit more. Now, there's another factor here. This applies to Iron Mouse and all the other girls and why they're not going to talk. If you're going to go into a lawsuit situation or you're going to sue, you want to shut up. You want to say as little as possible, only what you can say or have to say.
Absolutely.
So even if these girls can speak technically, or they could say it and they're not going to get punished under the law, or VShojo's not going to be able to sue them for breaching NDA, there may be other good reasons for them not talking. However, that might be able to open up them explaining a little bit more to their audience and giving a little bit more context. And maybe at some point they want to do that. So that's something there. But beyond that, they're owed wages. They're all owed wages. They need to get paid. They need to get paid the money that they're owed. And I say wages, although wages people usually associate with employees and payments.
Whatever, same idea.
Contractors and terms of language there.
It's still wages.
To me, these people are not just amazing talents.
As someone who has worked as an independent contractor for multiple years at a time, no, you're still getting paid wages. It doesn't matter if you're an independent contractor or anything else. Like, you're still getting paid a wage. Like, just because you can subvert labor laws by having a 1099 and be able to do different things that you can't do with a regular employee. Like, no, there's still fucking wages. It's still wages. Like, no, we're not even going to fucking play that game. Like, don't even play around.
They're workers. They're true employees
100%.
that are dedicating a significant amount of their
even
time.
As
and
an
they
independent contractor,
some
they are
control
still
and authority
an
over to this entity. This entity to direct them to do certain things and to take certain actions. And beyond that, the financial arrangement between them is one that
it's literally a distinction for tax
the
purposes.
Restrictiveness of the contract that set them up as employees. Even further.
Again, I don't even think that matters per se. Like, I get what he's saying.
Nothing but a tax.
But I do think it doesn't even matter that much.
It's literally the only reason.
Whether they are independent contractors or they are employees, they're still owed those wages anyway.
Yes.
So realistically,
100%.
they're gonna get cooked. Regardless.
1,000,000%.
How could VShojo donate the money when there's a war going on in Gaza? What do you mean? They donate it to the IDS.
Joe.
Not the IDF. No, of course they donate it to the IDF guys.
On the defensive.
Yeah, they just hit the wrong one.
File claims in California, labor law claims. It's on VShojo to prove that they're not employees. So put VShojo on the defensive. Don't allow VShojo to take the offensive. Take the offensive against VShojo.
Honestly,
take it to them. Take it to
great
the court,
advice.
Push them.
Great advice.
That is the right emphasis as they go forward with this. And I'm sure there's lots of California attorneys that would help them. And frankly, if any of the girls needed any help finding a California attorney, I'm happy to try to hook them up and recommend them for them. But that said,
that would be
I
really
think the
awesome
girls
if they
do
need
need
one.
to consider their options and speak with local attorneys. Beyond that, this is a big one, especially after the case on stream. I think they need to really worry about VShojo declaring bankruptcy, because based on the financial situation, as explained by the JP CEO, it looks like they're not doing good. And what I am worried, and the strategy that came out of Case on Stream, which I think is putting together, is they are not paying the independent contractors because they're planning to declare bankruptcy.
Wow, dude. I mean, this would be awful for the talent, but it would be kind of hilarious for, you know, me watching the company that tried to end my career declare bankruptcy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm sure Nux
I have
himself
an
a big
opinion
fat
about
victory
bankruptcy
lap
in
this
general.
morning.
I think bankruptcy is one of the biggest scams in the corporate world. I really think bankruptcy is one of the biggest scams in all of America. All right, it's a system that, in my opinion,
Speaking as someone who has had to file for bankruptcy in my life, it's not a scam. Like, no. No, 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 no. Shit happens. Fuck you, Nux. Shit happens. Alright? Bankruptcy is not a scam.
does not make sense. And I hate how...
Do I think it's being overused by this generation? Yes, I do. But it's not a scam. Like, when you have people that have multiple bankruptcies before they're fucking 30 years old, there's a problem. I'm 36. I've had one, and it was a few years ago. So like, it's not recent or anything. It still shows up on my stuff because it's not that old, but it's not recent. And I'm 36. I got one. But I've known people that are like 27 and they've fucking filed for bankruptcy twice. Like, motherfucker, you have an issue.
How abusable it is. You probably aren't like super familiar with it if you're not in business or know people in business. But essentially, you have a company, all right, massive company. You owe a lot of people a lot of money, and all of a sudden it's like, oopsie poopsie, we declare bankruptcy. Oh well, the company's dead, so we can't pay you back. I think that's bullshit. And the excuse is that it's the company that owes them money. It's not.
And I was in the same boat. I was a one-man company. I was a owner-operator of a semi-truck, and fucking rates fell out. I had to sell my truck and fucking lost everything. I had to file bankruptcy. I lost fucking literally everything I owned. It's all gone. Poof. Thanks, COVID.
You personally that owes the money. It's the company that owns the money. And so if the company declares bankruptcy, they're like, oh, now I don't have to pay. It's bullshit. I really hate it. In my opinion, I think it's a giant scam. And business people, business people wouldn't be as willing to take advantage of other people and take these risks that could fuck over other people if they didn't always have this bankruptcy excuse to fall back on. That's my opinion.
I've seen this before as corporate counsel, as evil corporate counsel from my back days when I did that. That is something corporations do.
Look at him. He's so cute.
When they're going under.
He's so cute. He's making believe that he's a good guy now because he's a lawyer for the other side. Bro, you're a lawyer. You will never be a good guy.
Yeah,
you will never be a good guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. You're a blood-sucking
because they know
vampire.
they're just going to declare bankruptcy.
Love you.
And what happens when you declare bankruptcy? Well, there's two types of debt. There's secured debt and there's unsecured debt. Secured debt gets paid first. The stuff like mortgages or something like a lien on a car, right? It's secured by something. There's something they can take. Yeah. That's paid first. Yeah. Then there's going to be employees' wages. Those are paid.
Yeah. But, and much after that, way down in the pecking order is independent contractors.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Now he'll stab you in the back. I'm obviously kidding. I mean, he had to sell a little sliver of his soul to become a lawyer. All right, I cannot deny this. All right, listen,
Vampire.
Half my cousins are lawyers. All right, you think I don't know that they sold a little bit of their soul?
Including independent contractors is unsecured and dischargeable. So the big thing they're banking for.
That's why Jews own the world, right?
To discharge the payments because they label them as independent contractors. That's their strategy. I mean, I see it clear as day.
Yeah, I assume.
And to me, the question is not only are they going to declare bankruptcy? It's how quickly are they going to declare bankruptcy?
Today.
In fact, if I was the CEO of VShojo, I'd be running right now into the bankruptcy court to declare right now so they can seize, so they can stop all payments. And now that would put it on them to battle back. That would put it on the talents. So I think the VShojo response is going to be to immediately declare bankruptcy. And why is that? Yeah. They lost their largest talent.
They lost everyone. They lost everyone. There's no reason to exist, right? Think about it from VShojo's perspective. There is no reason for VShojo to exist from this point going forward. They're never going to make money. No one's ever going to join VShojo. I would join VShojo. Guys, it's not too late. Cinder and Niara could come together, join forces, and revitalize VShojo. It's not too late. It's not too late, guys. It's not VShojover. All right, listen. You can assemble the retard Avengers. Hassan Piker VTuber form. He'll just go on to Twitch and he'll be like, haha, it's me. Anyway, fuck the Jews or something. Probably. Listen, it's not too late. You could always pivot that way.
Wait. I've got one of those.
You can't explain to me how VShojo, who is already losing money by the own admission of their staff, by the own admission of the JP CEO, is already losing money. They're already not able to pay, and suddenly they're going to lose all their talent and be able to pay? No one's going to give this company a loan, especially with this bad PR.
A loan? Are you kidding me? The only
Just because he said that, we're going to pull this up real quick because I think it's fucking hilarious. VTuber Hassan model right here. VTuber Hassan model. What do you think, guys? Huh? What do you think? Not bad, huh? Not bad for a little putz that doesn't know how to do anything on a computer. I'm basically halfway computer illiterate, and I'm slowly figuring out this shit. But we're having fun making fun thumbnails.
Person that would loan them money is the fucking mafia. All right, they're gonna.
No, the mafia would be like,
I'm so happy you're here. Please take a loan. I don't mind at all.
Yes, I
I
do.
will also be tying cinder blocks to your legs. Don't
When
ask
you don't
questions. It's the slop father. Kiss the ring and suck the penis.
Are you kidding me? No. This is a clear bankruptcy scenario.
Yeah.
And in bankruptcy, they're going to try to discharge that. Now, there's a little ray of hope, a tiny little smidgen of hope.
Yeah.
Right? Is that there is a special exemption for unpaid commissions to independent contractors.
Ooh,
so debt qualifies for priority status,
That's good.
meaning it gets higher status than unsecured debt if during the 12 months before the bankruptcy, 75% of the contractor's own earnings were from the debtor. So in this case, that would apply to most of the girls, I imagine.
Especially at least Mouse, because of the way that she said she had her shit set up. All of her earnings, 100% of her earnings would be coming from the debtor. So she will get special exemption. If all of the other people had their payments set up the same way, then yes, they would also qualify, I would believe. But I mean, at least Mousy for sure, based on the way she said her shit was set up. Because it sounded like she just had her shit set up like a till that was like its own account over at VShojo that she would pull from when she needed. So that she didn't need to have her account information and name and everything all over everything. Which, I mean, I get because she wants her anonymity, and that's the whole point of VTubers. But, I mean, I would imagine that she gets the special, that she's eligible for the special exemption. I'm not sure about the other ones, though.
Bro, one really funny motherfucker is gonna buy VShojo and also buy Creator Clash and just have like a VTuber boxing event. All the charities that should have existed.
Now, maybe they have other earnings or other money from elsewhere.
I would pay to go to that.
If they were making most of their money from VShojo, that is a big exemption that could fly in there. Once again, it doesn't get...
I think they're gonna... I'm dreaming. I'm hoping, obviously. I'm glass half full. I want every single one of these people to be paid. I want every single one of these people to get paid. I want everyone to find justice. Justice... is in fact awesome and does happen. All right, listen.
Sometimes.
It does. It's real.
Guarantee they get paid out, but it does give a glimmer of hope if they go the bankruptcy route, which I think...
I do think that they are going to go the bankruptcy route.
It's looking like right now.
Yeah.
That's what I've got for today. For the
Hell yeah. No, I absolutely think that they're going to be going the bankruptcy route. I don't see any other direction they can go. It's not like they're ever going to hope to actually go anywhere from here. No one's ever going to want to work with them again now that they're this PR nightmare. The way I see it, they are completely, totally, and utterly fucked, and they are willing to take the snaky, backstabby route. They've proven that they could stab people in the back, by the way. Right? They've proven that in the past. This is not like a first time for them. This is like a recurring theme with VShojo. Let me remind you that after I posted my video talking about the doxer, VShojo wrote a giant thank you letter for me. Did you know that? They wrote me a thank you letter. They posted it on Twitter on their official VShojo account saying thank you, and then they promptly deleted it a day later when they stabbed me in the back. You probably don't remember that.
I do.
I do. It was very, very wholesome. In fact, they even told me to
1,339 days ago. I remember, Nux.
wait to post the video until their thank you letter is complete so they can post it at the same time. And I coordinated with them. All right, I coordinated with them. I uploaded it. They said, please and thank you, Mr. VShojo. And then they stabbed me in the back. So, again,
And I will be uploading this tomorrow, so it'll be 1,340 days. 1,340 days. If you are watching this on Friday, July 25th, it'll be 1,340 days.
Have something of a history of backstabbing. I do think they will take the snake route. I do think that they will never, ever, ever redeem themselves.
Nope.
I think this company is absolutely dead, and my next video is going to be even crazier. I think I am going to talk about some of the things without getting into specifics about hurting individual people, obviously. But I don't think you realize how bad VShojo is. They're not just people that don't care about people's livelihoods or lives or reputations or careers. They're not only people that steal from charities, allegedly, or their talents, but I think they're so much more nefarious than that. I am probably going to be making a video talking about their actual business strategy and why it's fucking evil.
Vindication!
Stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxenor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.
All right, yeah. Absolutely love Nux. Another fucking banger out of him. If you are still here, thank you for watching along with me. Fucking crazy situation, and it's only going to get crazier as these people that are no longer bound by NDAs apparently start speaking up. And yeah, I can't fucking wait. Like, I honestly, I can't fucking wait. Like, apart from the millions of dollars that these women all lost, like, the charity thing was definitely an awesome thing. Like, there's no way to put that into a negative light. What Mousie's community was able to do for her, like, that's pretty awesome. And all the messages that I saw today, they were cool too. Especially from the one VTuber who, it sounds like she lost her channel, but she donated like $17,000 off of it before she lost it or something, to the IDF, the Immune Deficiency Foundation. IDF, not the other one, which was really awesome. So yeah, if you can, definitely go find that Tiltify link. There is a link to her video in my other VShojo video. If you are able and want to go ahead and throw a donation her way, that would be completely awesome. So yeah, thank you for watching this one. I can't wait till Nux gets that next one out. I will be here for it, and I will keep an eye on as much VShojo drama as I can, because I mean, it's kind of nice to add a little bit of context to Nux's videos. And I definitely feel like I was able to do that, adding another about 20 minutes of content. So honestly, I think I did a pretty good job this time. A little bit better than I usually do. Less of a watch along, more content added. So I hope you enjoyed it. Again, leave me a like. Definitely go watch Nux's video. Blue Voldemort. Hail.